Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. Now, you can see that this is a double feature, but I'm talking about Batman Beyond. And for anybody who doesn't know that this DC animated movie is based off of the Batman Beyond animated series. Maybe I should get into the premise of what this show was, just in case people don't know. It's set in the future. I mean, so far in the future that Bruce Wayne is too old to be Batman. So there isn't a Batman until this young teenager, Terry McGinnis, steps up and takes the mantle, becomes the Batman of the future. So that's the premise of the show. Now, in this movie, in that same world, we see the Joker gang, which is a gang that was on the show, and they're made up and they dress up like clowns, and it's more of a tribute to the Joker. Well, we see that they have a new leader this time around, and it seems to be somehow, some way, the Joker himself. We don't know how that's possible. Bruce Wayne himself is floored and shocked by this. So not only does Terry McGinnis' Batman have to figure out how is this possible, but he has to go face to face, toe to toe with Batman, the original Batman's greatest enemy, the Joker. Now, what I think of this film is, I really enjoyed this film. I do. Especially for as far as the DC animated movies go. This is one of my favorite. And it's not just because it's the Joker coming back in an animated film like this. I mean, sure, Joker is my favorite DC villain of all time. But the way how they were able to bring him in this universe is quite shocking. I mean, I guess if they sat there, and I think it was Paul Dini who made the script to this. I mean, if you want to talk about his writing, look at some of the best animated episodes from the original Batman show, or look at the Arkham games. This guy has written some great stories. What shocked me the most was not only seeing the Joker in this universe, this timeline, but finally getting the answers that I think most of us wanted. Was what happened to the original cast, the original superheroes. I mean, we know what's going on with Batman. We kind of know what's going on with Barbara. She's now the commissioner. But where's Tim Drake? Where's Robin? And boy, do we find out here. Now, let me talk about Terry McGinnis as Batman. I like him as Batman. I mean, you'll never hear me say I like him better than Bruce Wayne. But I like that it's not as if he's trying to be better than the original Batman. There's constant times, even on the show, where Bruce Wayne's saying, you're not good enough to be Batman. You're basically just filling in to do what you have to do. And sure, that might sound messed up, but in many ways, it's true. So they address that. They flat out tell you that this isn't like the better Batman. This is just the new, different, and updated Batman. And he has a lot of characteristics that remind me of Peter Parker, Spider-Man, because he is a teenager and he does say wisecracks. And I like the moments like in this movie where you see how tough it is for him. I mean, like one scene where he's supposed to hang out with his girlfriend at like a nightclub, and he's on the couch there passed out. And his girlfriend's like, come on, like get into it, let's dance, let's have fun. And he's beat being Batman. He can't have a regular teenage social life. So that was a nice touch. And let's talk about the Joker. Mark Hamill, back as the Joker. He is, in many ways, the definitive Joker, especially in animation form. His voice is not only frightening, scary, but it's also fun, amusing. You could tell he loves to play this character. But I want to mostly talk about what I mentioned, finding out what happened to these characters in the past. Now this is getting a little spoilerish, but I don't know how else to talk about this movie without getting deep into this. But when you see Tim Drake's Robin and how he was captured by Harley Quinn and the Joker and tortured for weeks, and by the time Batman and Batgirl find him, he is fucked. I mean, he has been so tortured and brainwashed and just so screwed up that they've dressed him to look like the Joker. His skin is pale white. He has that permanent grin on his face. He's almost He's too far gone. He's not the Tim Drake that we all knew and love. And it's frightening. It's sad to think what happened to him, how that turned out. And I guess it's even almost more sad that we see the demise of the Joker. The Joker, in fact, dies in that flashback. So him returning is all more surprising. I mean, I shouldn't give away how he's brought back. In some ways, you could say it's a little far-fetched, but it's in the future. Who knows what type of technology was able to conjure up this to be possible. And it's a fucking DC animated movie. It's a cartoon. At the end of the day, the material is treated seriously. The backstory, the flashback that we got was so welcomed by me that I was able to forgive it. I really enjoy this a lot. There's so much good stuff going on. In this universe, you can't really get any better than this. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Batman Beyond: The Return of the Joker. What do you think of it? Like, comment, subscribe. Later.